Hi, I'm Todd Sones. I'm coming to you from the Todd Sones Impact Golf School, located at White Deer Run Golf Club in Vernon Hills, Illinois. That was a high toss shot. It's a shot you need to hit whenever you're faced with a situation where maybe you have to go over a bunker or out of the rough or onto a green that's higher than you are. You need a high shot that lands softly on the green. A couple keys to a high toss shot. First is, and the reason we call it a toss shot is because really what you're doing is tossing a golf ball. Think about it. Tilt forward from the hip joint so that your arm can hang into your body. This is the first area where a lot of players make a mistake. They kind of set into the golf ball in poor posture and now their arm can't swing under their body. So get in good posture. Tilt forward from the hip joint so that your arm has passage and clearance to swing under your body and to the target. So there's good posture. Now the second thing that's really important from this view is when you swing the club back, you swing it back straight, but you have to rotate the face so the toe of the golf club points up or the leading edge is at right angles to the ground. If the club is pointed down or the toe is down, you won't have enough loft to hit the ball high in the air unless you try to scoop it, and that'll create another problem. So we want to swing the club straight back and we want to make sure we get the toe of the club up in the air. That's the most important point from this view. From this view, what I want you to understand is how important it is to strike down on the golf ball. The reason why most people miss these shots is because the opposite. They're swinging up in the golf ball in an effort to help it get in the air. They're actually trying to lift the ball instead of letting the loft of the golf club lift the ball for them. So once we've taken the club back properly, remember we said rotate the face so the toe is up. Now I have loft. So now the key is make sure I swing the club down so I can deliver the golf club and allow the loft to lift the golf ball. One major component to that is stand to the handle. We preach about it at our scoring zone schools. Make sure that when you set up to the golf ball that the spine angle of your body is straight up and down to the ground and never tilted back. This is such a common problem we see around the green where people tilt back and they hit up on the golf ball. They blade it or they chunk it. So when I set up to the golf ball, I want to make sure the shaft is straight to hit a high shot. I stand to the handle, the spine is neutral with a narrow stance, and now from here I swing the club straight back and I really concentrate on striking down on the golf ball, allowing the loft of the golf club to lift the ball. If you do those three things, I promise you really start hitting higher, softer shots around the green and you'll do much better. Hi, I'm Todd Sones. I'm coming to you from the Todd Sones Impact Golf School located at White Deer Run Golf Club in Vernon Hills, Illinois. That was a low toss shot. One of the primary shots we teach everybody that comes to our scoring zone school. That shot's used whenever the green's not too elevated and there's plenty of grass to work with or plenty of green to work with. It's a lower shot that hits the green and then releases to the hole. From this view, there's a couple things I want you to remember about this shot. Number one is we call it a toss shot because we want you to tilt forward from the hip joint so that your arm can hang under your body and have room or passage to get to your target. So often we see people around the green stand too close to the ball in poor posture and they block themselves out from getting their arm or allowing their arm to swing under their body. So remember, stand in good posture, tilt from the hips so that your arm has room to swing under your body. The second thing is you're trying to hit a low shot. So the key, the secret to that is when you swing the club back, keep the toe slightly down. If we were trying to teach you to hit a high shot, we'd tell you to rotate the toe up to get more loft on the face. So remember, a low shot, keep the toe down, which will allow you to trap the golf ball from the inside. These are the keys from this view. From the face-on view, there's a couple other keys I want you to remember. One is when you set the golf club down, tilt the shaft forward. That de-lofts the face of the golf club. Remember that whenever you tilt the shaft forward, or even if you're going to hit a high shot and you had the shaft straight, once the shaft is set up, stand to the handle. That's a phrase we use for every shot. That means the butt of the golf club points at your middle and your spine is in straight lines to the ground. Never ever tilt backward. We see that as a common mistake many amateurs make. So stand to the handle. Butt of the golf club goes forward, stand to the handle. The other key from this view is make sure that you keep your feet close together. A lot of people have too wide a stance or too much space between their feet, which causes them to shift their weight too much in the short game. We always teach people that you have to have a single pivot point to control the bottom of your golf swing. So if the shaft is tilted forward, you stand to the handle with a narrow stance. Then from here, you just want to make sure that you stay a little bit on your left leg as you strike down and through the golf ball and you hit good, solid, short, what we call low toss shots. This is a great shot that can really help you when you're on the golf course.